everybody. My name is Stephanie Boulay, and I'm one of the dietitians at Coastline Elderly Services. It's so great to finally be back in the studio. And it's the fall winter season, and there's nothing better than sitting down with a good cup of chili or stew on one of those cold, fallish, wintry nights. And today, we are going to be making a turkey pumpkin chili. Now, it may seem a little bit odd, but I gotta tell you, I made this a couple of weeks ago and I absolutely loved it. And it was even better the next day. And pumpkin, a lot of times we just think about using pumpkin for desserts, but it's a winter squash and we can use it in so many different things. So I hope that you try this recipe, that you love it. And if you love it, make sure that you put a comment below the video. All right, so we're gonna start out with a tablespoon of olive oil. And I've got an onion here. Ooh, hear that sizzle, so nice. Okay, putting that in here. So we wanna cook this until it starts to get translucent, okay? You can do sweet onions, you know, any kind of onion that you like. If you're not a huge fan of onions, you can always do, you know, maybe some chives or something at the end. You know, it gives a little bit of a, not as much of a strong onion flavor. But I love onions because they're really good for your gut. They're great for gut health, okay? So I try to add onions into almost anything that I possibly can. Okay, and this recipe, you can just throw it in the crock pot. Make sure you cook your ground turkey first, and then throw it in the crock pot, put it on low, and then just forget about it for the rest of the day. Okay, so now that my onions, they're starting to look translucent, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the ground turkey next, okay? Gotta love ground turkey because it's really low in fat, but it's also high in great protein as well. So you can't go wrong using this. Whoop, there we go. Now with your spoon, just crumple it up. Mix it up here till it gets nice and crumbly. And if you're not a huge ground turkey fan, that's okay. They have ground chicken you can use. Or if you wanted to make it vegetarian, you could just do all beans, throw in different kinds of beans in there. This recipe is really versatile. Okay, so now that my ground turkey's looking all good here, I'm gonna add in my 3 cloves of fresh garlic. So this is going to take about 5 or 6 minutes to cook until the ground turkey is all nice and browned. All right, so our ground turkey is all cooked now. So now we're just going to dump the rest of the ingredients in here. I have 1 cup of low sodium chicken stock. Pour that on in here. Now I know you guys hear me say all the time, oh, low sodium, low sodium, low sodium, and this actually is no salt added. Here's the thing, there's a lot of hidden sodium in all of these canned goods, okay? Any processed food, there's a lot of sodium in there. So if you wanna add salt at the end, that's totally fine, but you know, it's like they say in cooking, like you can always add more and you can't take away. So that's the thing with sodium. So if you want to add some sodium, add some salt to the end, that's totally fine. You're not going to put as much salt in there as they would in their canned goods. So always do yourself a favor, rinse off your canned goods and try to buy low sodium options whenever available. Okay, I have 1 can of red kidney beans. I have 1 can of white beans here. Look at all this good nutrition going on in here. This is beautiful. Here we go. I've got some green peppers for a little bit of color. Okay, if you don't like green peppers, you can always do red, you can do orange, you can do yellow. The choice is totally up to you. Okay. And of course, we can't forget the star of the meal, which is the pumpkin. It's loaded in vitamin A, one of those fat-soluble vitamins. Don't have to have vitamin A every day because your body will store it when you eat it, but you got to make sure that you have it a few times a week, okay? So you've got this, you're gonna have it for leftovers, you're gonna be good on your vitamin A, let me tell you. Okay, give that a good mix. And don't worry, it's not overwhelming, the pumpkin, okay? You're not gonna eat this and go, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm eating pumpkin pie. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. It adds a real nice creaminess to the chili. And it adds just a very delicate, light flavor to it. It's not overpowering at all. Okay, so you wanna make sure that's really well mixed. And then, of course, last but not least, we're gonna add in our spices, okay? Now, if you don't have all of these spices, the ones that I'm about to mention, you can always use a taco packet. Try to buy the low sodium ones if you can find them. Okay, oh, that looks so good. All right, I have here, of course, we can't forget chili powder. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Give it that nice flavor. I've got some paprika. You've got smoked paprika. That would add a really nice flavor to this. Okay. We've got our cumin. Again, all of your typical seasonings here. Some oregano. And then one little spice that I like to add, my own little twist to this, is I like to add some turmeric to it. Turmeric's really great for, it has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties to it. So whenever I can, I try to add it to my cooking. And chili is a great way to add that spice in there, and it's not overpowering in the chili at all. Okay, and how simple was that, right? I just added some ingredients, added my canned goods, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm gonna put it on simmer, and it'll cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so my chili's been cooking for about 15 minutes now. And it looks so good, so hearty, perfect for a fall day. All right, so time to get me a bowl. Here we go. Beautiful. Now, as far as toppings go, you can be creative as you like. You can add some cheddar cheese, which is what I'm about to do now. You could add some cilantro. You could add avocado, which is a personal favorite of mine. You can add tortilla strips to it. Absolutely delicious. And then for a topping, I'm gonna add some plain Greek yogurt. Tastes just like sour cream, but I'm getting all kinds of really good probiotics in there. Okay, and now my favorite part of the show, taste testing. Here we go, get some sour cream in there. I am telling you guys, you're going to love this chili. The pumpkin really adds such a creaminess to it. It's very subtle, Not overly spicy, which is to my liking, but if you like it spicy, go ahead, add some jalapenos. Make it however you like it. This is a hit for my family, and I know it's gonna be a hit for yours. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you try the recipe, please sure to make a comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Cooking with Coastline YouTube channel. Thank you so much.